Hello Matchmasters, Timo here, and recently we've had some changes done to our friend Checkmate Charles. Previously there were 4 knights out on the board to score those big points, but now we've got knocked down to 3. But that's okay because this booster is still capable of getting you those trophies. So today I'm going to go over some of my favorite modes to play with Checkmate Charles and hopefully give you some tips along the way. Now stick around to the end because this wouldn't be a Matchmasters video if we didn't give you some free SE and legendary boosters. And I'm thinking since Checkmate Charles has the letter C in his name 3 times, let's have 3 winners. Now a mode that I love throughout the game, but I really like to go in with Checkmate Charles is gonna be Mutation Lab. And I'm not sure if it's the changes done to Charles, but it seems like I'm getting a lot more blue stars when I have these knights bouncing around. One thing you gotta keep in mind though is with all these chess pieces moving, if you see the opportunity for a group of 4 or group of 5 to get that extra move, you gotta cash it in because there's a good chance that it's gonna get wiped out by using these pieces. One thing I love is once activated, these knights are out there doing their work, and when playing Mutation Lab, I really try to go for the pieces that generate more points. Seems like when they're out there, those knights just know right where to go. As you know, I'm a big fan of Mini Cleo with Teleport, and I try to hang on to it for a little bit when I'm in Mutation Lab, just because I know those first couple of stages there are going to be easy way to get points and get that meter filled back up for turns. Where I would normally use the Mini Cleo to go and generate more stars for myself and activate that booster, having the knights out there means I can use it for other things, like going and throwing it on the highest scoring piece and just get a whole bunch of those out there and really rack in the points. And Teleport's just a no-brainer when you're playing with Charles because it just means you can go and take any one of those horses and pop it wherever you need it to. Another great game mode that I find works extremely well with Checkmate Charles is going to be the laser matches. And this one is a score rally. Now if you're not familiar with the laser matches or just kind of forgot what they are, that's going to be when you go and combine a certain color pieces, you're going to see those beams go out and look for a similar color and wipe out everything in between. And remember, all we have to do is get one of those knights activated to have all the knights activated. Now I went in with checkerboard and hammer on this one, and I thought I was going to do the old hit the hammer in the corner. Not really certain what happened, but I scored a bunch of points because they were 2 high numbered pieces inside there. But something I want you to focus on is you see the knights out there, they're not going to change color on you, and they might get in the way if you are going to go this combination. A better way to go might be using something like Mini Cleo or Move Cross, kind of like I did here in this match rumble, which, gotta say, pretty much annihilated it being a Vegas fuse here and getting those extra points. It really seemed like the knights just knew what to do when they got in there. So I thought I did pretty good on this, but I did take 2nd place. 1st place was using a Cleo Cadabra, which that's a tough card to go against. But speaking of legendary boosters, I teased in the beginning, let's tell you how to get them. What I want you to do is post your favorite chess piece in the comments below, and don't forget to put your player ID. That's a big one to have there if you want a chance to win. One of my favorite times to use Checkmate Charles is going to be any time I see a board that says it's supersized. Not only are the bishop and rook going to get us some huge points on this, but having a ton of room for those knights to bounce around is a sure way to score big. This one being a perfect heist, I actually went in with a Mini Cleo and a checkerboard. Seems like a strange combination, but it actually works pretty well. If you want, you could throw the checkerboard down and then use the Mini Cleo on it, but I kind of like to use a little variety here. Sometimes I'll go that route, other times I need to cash in those stars, so that's when Mini Cleo's really gonna pop for us. Now I kind of lucked out on this one because I had that orange knight out there, but try to see if you can have 3 different colors for the knights before popping it. That's usually going to give you a good chance of having that knight activated and, once again, score them points. Let's be honest, Checkmate Charles is not just all about solo modes and match rumbles. It actually works great in PvP too. And what I love about it is the randomness of those knights. When you're playing, you're always watching your opponent's moves just to kind of prepare yourself for what you're going to do in the next move. And having those knights out there can really scatter your brain, leaving you going, what am I going to do next? I was going to move that piece, but that knight got rid of it. In this match, I'm going up against a Foxy Roxy SE. Yes, it doesn't look good for me, but they don't realize they're about to get Grandmaster. I'm going to pop this Mini Cleo right away to get it out on the board, and one thing I want to try to make sure I'm doing is leaving myself a booster to activate at the beginning of next turn. And look at this lead we got so far. They were definitely not expecting this. Now, whenever I get the chance, I am trying to wipe out whatever red pieces I see, just to make sure they're not going to be able to get that booster activated and score some points, because as we know, Foxy can definitely get them quick with those spray tanks. They did have a little bit of a comeback, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. We totally wiped them and cleaned up that graffiti. If you didn't know already, we can now buy Checkmate Charles boosters with coins inside the game, so if you haven't tried it, I highly suggest you do. This is a booster not to mess around with. Don't worry, Charles, I wasn't gonna forget. Make sure you guys smash that like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified of the next time we throw a Matchmasters video out there, because you never know what we're gonna give away. Once again, I'm Timo, and we'll see you Matchmasters in the next video.